Hey everybody, it's Cece here, and in today's video I'm going to teach you how to create these very gorgeous macrame candy canes. Now for today's macrame candy cane pattern, you'll need a few items. You'll need some red cord as well as some white or cream cord, and the cord I'm using today is a 5mm cotton twisted cord, but you could also use a 3mm or a 4mm cord. And you're also going to need a type of wire to put on the inside of your candy cane. So I've used this wire here. It's for floral accessories and it's a 12 gauge wire. And you just want to make sure you've got something that's quite bendy so you can bend it once it's inside the candy cane to give it its shape. You're also going to need a tape measure and some scissors as well as a crochet hook. Now to start, you'll need to cut one cord from each color into 150 centimeters. And then you'll also need to cut another cord, whichever color you like. I've used red for the pattern, but cut that cord to 50 centimeters in length. So I have my two cords cut and ready to go. And the first step is to find the center point for each cord. Like so. And then I'm going to cross these two cords over each other at the center point, starting with this one, lying it on a vertical line like so, and then the center point of this cord, bringing it over the top and lying it in a horizontal line. Now I'm going to use these cords to create a crown knot, and if you don't know how to create a crown knot, I do have a step-by-step tutorial available online, so I will leave the link to that in the description below. But starting with the first cord up here and looping it over the second, then grabbing the second cord here, looping it over the first and the third, grabbing this cord, looping it over these two, and finishing with this cord here, looping it over this one and underneath that first loop like so. So this is our weave for the crown knot, and I'm just going to pull on all of these cords so the weave gets tighter and tighter. And your finished crown knot should look like that. Now I'm just going to repeat this again, creating another crown knot with all of the cords. And then I've got my second crown knot finished like so. Now we grab our metal wire that is pre-cut to the length, and we're just going to stick it inside that crown knot like so. Now when we knot our crown knots, we're going to knot them around this wire. So taking each cord and looping them over the top of one another to create that crown knot. And feeding that in through that first loop, like so. And then pulling on all the cords. And you'll see the crown knot is finished with the wire sitting inside it like so. I'm just going to repeat this over and over again until I've covered the length of the wire. Just a quick little tip for this project. I find it's really easy to knot the rest of the project in between your legs once you've got an end that's just long enough that you can kind of sit it in between your knees like so. And then you can lie the strings across your legs like this, and it's really so much easier to create that crown knot around the wire and pull it tightly when you have the cords all secure in between your legs like so. You can probably see already how much easier it is to create these knots when I've got the project in between my legs. So here is my finished knotting for the candy cane, and you can see it's created a really beautiful spiral effect with the colors. And you can just give the knots a bit of a shuffle down the wire to make the finished piece just a little bit longer, which I like to do. And you should have a tiny little bit of wire hanging out the bottom. Now what I'm going to do is bring all of these cords together with a wrap knot using another cord that measures 50 centimeters. So just grabbing my 50 centimeter cord and using this to create my wrap knot. I'm wrapping it around all the other cords and the wire inside. I'm just making sure that this is nice and tight, and I've only done maybe 3 wraps. You don't want too much wrap at the bottom there. So just pulling on this end and bringing that loop inside the wrap knot to finish the wrap knot. And I'm just cutting this. And there is my finished wrap knot around the bottom of the strings. Now I've still got a little bit of wire that's hanging out here, so I'm just going to shuffle my knots down a little bit out of the way and cut this wire like so, and then shuffle that back down so the wire's hidden inside my candy cane. Now what I like to do is grab my scissors and cut the ends. And then you can leave them like that, or you can also brush them out so they get a really nice fluffy tail effect. There we go. So now all we have to do is shape our candy cane into that little curved shape, and that's why we have the wire in there, so we can just bend that candy cane around into a beautiful, cute little candy cane shape. So now for the finishing touch, I just need to add something to the candy cane to hang it up with. And so what we need for this step is a really thin cord cut to about 30 centimeters in length, and you're also going to need a crochet hook. So what I do is just find the center or top part of the candy cane here and find a stitch inside the knotting that is at the top. So I'm going to choose this one here and just feed my crochet hook through the gap there, and then grab this shorter cord and pull that through the loop like so. Then we can just bring the 2 ends together and tie that in a knot. And now we have something to hang our candy cane up with. So there you have it, guys. That's how you create your own macrame candy canes at home, and they're a beautiful little addition to your Christmas tree for this year's Christmas decorations. I really hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and here's to finding our peace and creativity.